Hey everyone, welcome to another segment of Nerd Herders. My name is Rich.
I'm Nick.
And today we're drinking a fun little beer for breakfast stout from Dogfish Head. It's pretty good. Nick's not a fan of it. Well,
It's not that I'm not a fan.
it's that you can't.
I can't.
We found out that, okay, so if you didn't watch our movie news segment, we found out there's something called Scrapple in this. And it's some kind of
Can we read
meat.
some more about what Scrapple
It's some
is?
kind of meat pudding. That's what I'm just going to call it.
Sounds ridiculous.
It's a meat.
That's exactly what it says it is. It's also known by the Pennsylvania Dutch as panhas or panrabbit. It is traditionally a mush of pork scraps and trimmings combined with cornmeal, wheat flour, and buckwheat flour and spices. The mush is formed into a semi-solid congealed loaf.
This would be the perfect beer for me without the coffee.
Very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
But we are here to talk about something else.
Yeah.
We're talking about video game news.
Not Rogue One.
Not Rogue One. You can check out some of our Rogue One hype stuff from our movie news segment and also our review that will go up on Friday.
Oh boy.
But no, we had PlayStation Experience
We did.
2 weeks ago, if you're watching this. No, a week. I don't know how time works. Recently, PlayStation Experience happened.
Yeah, like 2 weekends.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I have here somewhere all of the notes for the conference. Before we dive into the details of the conference,
Yeah.
what'd you think?
No, awesome.
Did you end up going back and watching it, or did you just look up the...
No, I ended up watching some highlights of stuff, but I didn't watch the entire conference. I had to work the day that it was on, unfortunately. But no, I mean, there's very few things that they could have added to it to make it better than it was.
Mhm.
It was a very impressive slate, and from everything that I've heard about how it played out, it was, well, I mean, you watched it, so you say.
Yeah, I watched it. So it opened with the Uncharted 4 DLC, or it's the Lost Legacy or something, I think is what it's called. They're not calling it Uncharted 4 DLC. I think it's like Left Behind. It's like a standalone piece that you could play. You don't have to have Uncharted 4 with what's her name? What's the woman's name?
Elena.
No, it's not Elena. It's the woman from the other games.
Yeah, her.
Chloe
Chloe.
and Nadine. So it's kind of a prequel to Uncharted, and you get some more Nadine's backstory, and then you'll see. So Chloe, I believe, is the playable character for it. Looks cool. Definitely interested. I'll pick it up. And then we got the announcement of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Sure.
Coming in 2017. They announced Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is available now for PS4. Looks cool. Still unclear, I think, as of now, if we'll be getting the Fox-owned characters in this or not. The trailer specifically showed Captain Marvel, Iron Man, and then Ryu and Mega Man X. The Capcom Cup that night, or the next one, I can't remember when it happened, but they showed some gameplay footage of it. And it looks like it's a 2v2 instead of...
Now, unless Disney and Marvel didn't want the X-Men characters in it just because they want to screw over Fox, there's no reason for them not to be in it.
Well, that's the speculation.
The license doesn't... it's only for film that they can't use those.
Sure,
things. So
but
they can use them if they want.
They
to.
could. The speculation, though, is they won't. They wouldn't want them in there because they're trying to... Which seems... Like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like an MVC game without some of those... Wolverine and some of those characters
and Storm
is just weird.
Doesn't even make sense.
But it looks cool, so I guess the Infinite... there was speculation if it was going to be Infinity Stones or if it was because it's going to be a platform, so it's not MVC4. But yeah, I guess they have Infinity Stone powers now you can assign to your team or something of that nature. I'm not totally sure the details, but it looks cool. It looks like a...
Yeah. Those games are always fun. I mean,
Yeah.
it's always... I've always been a sucker, and I've talked about it before on the show, for, merging worlds that I like in any form. So it's always neat to see these, characters cross over that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to pick up Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked at it, and I was like, $30 a little steep.
Yeah, I liked MVC3, but I got enough to play right now. A fighting game that I know I won't sink a super amount of time into isn't high on my list right now.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
But I've enjoyed what I played with it in the past on last gen. They announced the Wipeout Collection, which I've never played any of those. I don't know if you have.
Nope.
It looks interesting, but not my kind of game.
Yep.
Destiny DLC.
Yeah, cool.
You interested in that?
Are
you planning to jump back into that?
No, yeah, I'm going to. I need to still play Rise of Iron or whatever the hell. And I'm more like looking forward to Destiny 2 proper, or whatever it will end up being called, which will probably be next September. So.
Then they showed Crash.
Mm-hmm.
The Insane trilogy, as it's being.
Inferdy.
Inferdy. 4K. 4K. So they're releasing it as one package. It looks like it's going to be $40. It's up for pre-order right now in the PlayStation Store. Yeah, looks great.
Yep.
The graphics look great. Some of the reports I read coming out of it is that it plays perfect to how it should feel. And
no release date.
No, it's just 2017 right now.
Cool.
So yeah,
sign me up.
I have a feeling it could be like a Ratchet release of. Was that like May?
It was like
March or May or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember which one, but
maybe,
it was somewhere.
Maybe it was May. I think it was.
Because Uncharted 4 was March, right?
It got pushed, right?
I thought it was.
It came out the same weekend as Doom, which was May.
Okay, so that was May. So maybe Ratchet was March.
Maybe Ratchet was March. I think it was, and I didn't get it till around May. Yeah.
Right. It strikes me as a release like that. It looks great. I hope it does well, because we'll maybe get more Crash games if it does well.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like from everything that we know, Ratchet did very well, better than they ever expected.
Yeah.
And so if those same people come back and play this, plus more nostalgic people, because there's got to be way more nostalgia for Crash than for Ratchet. And Ratchet had a good run there, but like Crash was the PlayStation.
Well, I remember
for
like last year there were like a couple fake Crash things, but this is before they announced the Crash remasters. A couple fake things going around, like fan made stuff of like, oh, Crash 2016. People that I didn't even know played video games posting stuff like that on Facebook, and I'd be like, hey guys, sorry, that's not. And they're like really pumped about this, so I'm curious to see what kind of numbers this does.
Yeah.
If these nostalgic fans really do come out to get it, or if it's kind of, comes and goes. But I think at 40,
I think it'll do quite well.
I think at $40 though, it has a good chance. Yeah, they just announced the day we're recording this, they've hit 50 million units. So. PlayStation's hit 50 million units. Sorry. PlayStation's hit 50 million units sold for PS4.
Wow, I didn't see that.
Including the Pro and stuff.
Good job, them.
So if you get, a decent percentage of that to buy it, like, you'll be fine. Then we got some more looks at...
I wonder what the number is, though, for a true new Crash. What do they got to hit? What do they got to see people's interest to put... And it's not really up to them. They don't own that.
Sure, so, but they could go to if the numbers did well, they could partner with Activision to do something with this.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yep. Some more Resident Evil Biohazard, Resident Evil 7. Still looks cool. I'm still interested.
Watch that stuff.
I'm still not sold on the first person stuff, but it looks interesting. Yeah. We'll see. I'll probably wait for reviews on this one before I pick it up.
Yeah, no, I have to on that for a variety of reasons. I mean, the last Resident Evil game that I played was 4. And the reason for that really is because 5 was a letdown and 6 supposedly sucked. So the track record of the last, multiple years is that these games have lost their way. So I'm definitely not pre-ordering this or anything. No way in hell.
Ace Combat 7, I've never played a single. Another look at The Last Guardian. This is before The Last Guardian came out. You didn't pick that up, did you?
No. Okay. I don't know if I plan on it.
I will eventually. I'm not anytime soon. I will once it goes to like $20 or $30.
Inevitably will very soon.
And then we got a kind of a cool announcement. 20th anniversary next year.
It is.
Of a little game called Parappa the Rapper.
Oh, yes.
So
you downloaded the demo.
I did.
Did you play it?
I did. So they announced next year, 20th anniversary, PS4 remastered Parappa the Rapper, plus Loco Roco and Patapon coming to PS4.
No, I never played either of those games. I did have Parappa. I actually still have Parappa somewhere.
I have the first Patapon. It's fun. It's like a platformer rhythm game. It's really cool. But I did download. They did the demo of Parappa that was available the day of. I downloaded it. It's Parappa remastered for PS4, as remastered as that game can look.
Right.
The interesting thing though is the cutscenes aren't remastered. It's just the level.
Really?
Yeah. So during like all the actual like dialogue scenes, it's got like a checkered background of like the characters and stuff, and then like the video's kind of inside, like a border almost for the game.
Now, do you think they're going to redo those for the actual release? Or?
I don't know. I would like them to, because they clearly look, but at the same time, it's kind of like, oh, like this is, you know, a nostalgia trip and looking at how it used to look, and then you get to the actual like rhythm game, and it's a remastered version of Parappa.
Interesting.
But it looks cool. I hope those do well. I think it's cool they're bringing a lot of these franchises back, and I imagine if they do end up doing well, they'll maybe get new entries into the series. So we could get a Parappa 3 or a whatever they decide to call it, or a Patapon 4. Or I'm not really familiar with Loco Roco, but the stuff I've seen since then looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that all of these do well.
Yeah. And then we got an interesting one. I'm curious to hear your thoughts of, because I don't know if you've played the original. They officially announced Knack 2.
Oh, no, I didn't play Knack. Nothing that I heard about Knack made me feel like when I finally got my PS4, I needed to.
I actually enjoyed Knack.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I got mine at my console at launch, so Knack was like one of my day one purchases. I was like, oh, this looks like a fun platformer, and that's it. Like, it's definitely problematic, but it was fun for what it was. It's worth $60. I don't probably not, but I enjoyed it. Everything I've heard coming out of PSX is that Knack 2 fixes a lot of those issues, and it's a lot of fun. Cool. So I'm super curious about this.
That's encouraging to hear. I don't know if I'll ever go back and play Knack 1, but if Knack 2 gets a lot of good reviews, then I'm definitely down. Like, I think that I'm totally down for platformers to make like a real comeback.
It's slowly.
It seems like it is, right? Yeah. I mean, and Nintendo's still making stuff, but like the other places, like Ratchet was such a breath of fresh air. Which I'm sure in a couple of weeks we'll do like our end of the year favorite movies, TV, video games, that type of stuff, and I'm sure that that's going to come up. So, what else happened?
So after Knack 2, we saw Gravity Rush 2, now slated for January 20th. Looks cool. I didn't play the first one. That's one of those ones I keep debating on going back to, and I might, but meh.
Yeah,
I'll get to it eventually, maybe.
I'm in no gravity rush to get it.
Oh. And then we got GTA Sport. Do you need to?
No.
Okay. I don't know if they just re-announced it or what they did. I don't think there was a release date. I don't really have any, because I don't really care about Gran Turismo.
No, I have no interest in it.
Did I say GTA Sport?
You did. I was a little confused. I was like,
no. Sorry, Gran Turismo Sport. Yeah, GTA is not a thing. I was distracted by what you got going on over there. But then we got one I am excited about. Ni no Kuni 2. They showed a new trailer for that.
More like Ni yes Kuni.
You're just on a roll. You're on a roll today, sir. Looks cool. They said it was 2017, which is kind of surprising. Yeah. Did you play the first one?
Probably late. No.
No? That's one I'd like to go back to. I played it for probably about 8 or 10 hours. And then just stuff came up, but I had a lot of fun with it. Looks cool. I'm curious to see what they do with it. Then we got Yakuza 6 and a different Yakuza game, which I've never played the Yakuza game, so I don't really have anything to say about those. I hear good things about them, but and then they announced they showed Danganronpa 3, PS4 and Vita. Another game series I'd like to eventually get to, but I haven't, so I can't really speak on that. New Nier game, Nier Automata, I think is what it's being called. March 7th. I ended up picking up the first one after the second one was announced. I haven't played it yet, but it looks really cool. I think Platinum's developing that one for Square. A couple little things. Yes Origin, I don't know what that is, for 2017. Dreadnought's a new game. And then they showed a couple indie devs. Pyre from Supergiants, who did Bastion and Transistor. I'm excited about that. Some stuff I can't read my handwriting. Next Machina is the next Housemarque game. Looks really cool. Have you played any other?
No.
You should check out Resogun.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's always on sale, right? And I always am really close to them. I'm like, yeah, I'll get it next time it's on sale. Too much.
That's a lot of fun. I played a little bit of Alien Nation. It was fun. So I'm excited about this. Let It Die is like their free-to-play that just came out. I downloaded it, but I haven't tried it yet. I'm still not kind of sure what game it is. Yeah. It looks weird, though. Lara Croft Go, though, announced. I'm excited to play that.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. I played through that whole game on my iPhone last year. So I don't know if I'm in a particular rush to play it again.
Got to come back for those trophies.
I know, but that was, yeah.
Did you get the platinum for Hitman Go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe if I was bored. If I had a Vita, I would definitely. But it's coming out for Vita?
It's Vita and PS4. Okay. I haven't been hearing great things about the load times on Vita, though.
Yeah. That kind of is surprising because it was fine on iPhone.
Yeah.
So.
I haven't tried it yet, though. I'm definitely going to try to... I bought it, but I haven't played it yet. So hopefully, maybe by next week I'll have it on the What We're Up To. I can talk a little bit about it. Windjammers, an old SNK game. I'm not familiar with it.
Nope.
Okay.
Doesn't sound familiar.
They're bringing it to PS4. A little bit of PSVR stuff. It was more of a sizzle reel, and a lot of it looked cool, but couldn't tell you what any of the games were because the weird thing was for the stream is they didn't tell you the games. I guess it in the actual the venue they had on the sides what the game names were, but it wasn't in the actual video.
I see.
So there was some stuff that looked cool and some strategy looking stuff or tycoon looking games and stuff, and I was like, oh, those would be cool to play, but I have no idea what these are called or what to look out for.
Right.
But I still don't have a VR, so it doesn't matter yet.
Me either.
I
don't know anytime soon.
Showed some more of Neo.
Oh yeah.
Looks cool.
Yeah.
Excited about it. I'll check it out when it comes out. It's like Samurai's Dark Souls kind of thing. The next MLB The Show. Do you play those at all?
No, I don't like what they've done to pitching.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means because I've never played them. But they had an old school mode in that.
Like old timey baseball.
Yeah, it looks like an old baseball game.
Interesting.
And it has the old older style stats and graphics and stuff on the sides and menus and.
Interesting.
Looks cool. Showed some more of Horizon. Still looks cool. Still getting it day one.
Don't need to see anything else.
Yeah, well, that was kind of my.
I didn't even watch the footage that they showed of it because I'm I was sold on this.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing it. But then they closed the show out.
Yeah.
And they told us, oh, this is early in development, but they wanted to give you this taste beforehand. Just taste a little early. Showed us a little something called The Last of Us Part 2.
Exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah, I had actually forgotten that PSX was Saturday afternoon.
Oh really?
I don't know why. I just didn't think about it. And I had opened up my phone and went on Facebook and I saw pop up on Facebook the logo, The Last of Us Part 2, and I was like, that's funny. And then we're part of all these different video game groups on Facebook, and I was like, it's just some guy just posting this, and then I was like, no, this is from Naughty Dog, and I was like. From Naughty Dog, what kind of a way to announce this is this? And then I clicked on it. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, this is real? What? And then I rushed and watched the trailer.
Yeah,
and,
trailer looks awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fantastic. It's exciting. You excited about this?
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I like that it's part 2 versus just the 2 or American Daughters or something like that because the thing I've always said, and I think you kind of agree, is that The Last of Us doesn't really need a sequel. It feels like a very standalone story. If that's where it ends, I am 100% okay with that.
I think that it tells a complete story that doesn't leave you on a cliffhanger in any way.
Sure.
It leaves you with kind of open to interpretation of what may happen.
Sure.
Now that interpretation will be gone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm also a believer in no way that was the end of their story.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have their entire lives to go, and they have their lives in a situation where you could see realistically stories that were continued to be worth telling would be told, where unlike some movies like, you know, like American Beauty is doesn't need a sequel. You know, E.T. ends, like he goes home. Spoilers for E.T.
There's supposed to be E.T. too.
You know, like, yeah, but I mean, the fact that there is a sequel, I think anyone who's upset that there's a sequel, the only reason that I would say that I can see what you're saying is because the way that game ends, again, leaves it to interpretation of maybe what might happen next and how this will answer that. But besides that, like, their story's not over. I'm not upset. I'm actually excited to see more of that world, and I'm happy that if we're going to return to that world, that we're returning to them. I know that there's a lot of ideas floated around that we'd return to that world where this has
somebody
happened,
else,
some other story. I'm really happy that's not what we got.
And it was like the moment, and I guess kind of spoilers for The Last of Us if you haven't seen it or played it yet at this point, because I know I was talking to some people at work and somebody hadn't finished it yet, and so we weren't really talking about the trailer, but just seeing those characters again made me excited.
Yeah,
like I was like, oh, like that'd be cool, and then the moment you see them in this environment again, having aged how they had, like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I would have been fine, I think, never knowing, playing another one. I would have, you know, I only, you know, in the last year and a half played that game. But I think I would have always been like, that was one of the better video game experiences of my lifetime, and that would have been fine. But now I'm super excited that there's going to be more. I mean, and why wouldn't you be? Like, things that you love, like, we love Zelda.
Yeah.
We want more Zelda. We love, you know, Mario. We want more Mario.
Oh, sure,
like,
but I think the difference there is you don't play Mario for the story. You don't play Zelda for the story.
No, you don't.
You played Last of Us for the story.
Yes.
And that, I think, was the concern for a lot of people. Oh, you know, that story is so great. You don't want it tainted.
I guess for me, and you haven't played these games yet, or if you ever will, but for me, the closest example is Walking Dead Season 1, the game. The Telltale game is amazing. It's such an amazing story, and it's this kind of the same situation where it'd be like, okay, it'd be fine if it were never to continue.
Yeah.
But then when it did continue with 2 and then 3 coming out this month, as a fan of that, I was so excited to go back into that world.
Sure.
Even if Season 2 was not as good as Season 1, but like to see the continuation of what happens with Clementine. Just as like I'm gonna be just as excited to see what happens with the characters of The Last of Us, you know, like that whole world. And I'm sure that, you know, we're gonna be reintroduced to characters that were sub characters in that game.
Yeah, I definitely want to go back and replay Last of Us before this comes out. I mean, we could
probably
have a few.
You're gonna have time because it's not coming out. I know like Colin Moriarty is pretty convinced 2019 at the absolute earliest. I could see 2018. I think he's being a little bit.
It depends on when they really, really started this.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we don't know. But I was encouraged, you know, the other day. So there's Neil Druckmann and then Bruce, what's his name? Whatever.
Straley.
He's not.
Yeah, Druckmann is. Straley's not.
Druckmann is. But then when Druckmann announced, apparently that day, but it didn't make as many headlines, that one of the woman who wrote 2 of the better episodes of Westworld's first season co-wrote the game with him, and that was exciting to me.
That's cool.
So I'm excited.
Did you watch the panel on Sunday that they did?
No.
It was Neil Druckmann and then Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson. And it's, you know, like I talked about, oh, you know, are they going to taint the story? Are they going to screw it up? You don't want to mess it up. And just seeing them talk about it and how excited they are to be a part of it and talk about, you know, they didn't really get into much story. They did confirm Ellie is going to be the character you're playing as.
I read some of those details, I think, after the fact.
But just, you know, them to always say, we don't want to go back to this world unless we have the story that we want. And seeing them also kind of excited to be back in this world makes you confident, I think, that this game is going to... And it's, you know, the fact that it's still Naughty Dog, of course, and all that stuff. But that's... I'm stoked.
Yeah, absolutely. Hell of a way to close it out. I mean, I think that just shows you how dedicated and motivated and willing to build up Sony as PSX, you know, because that was absolutely an E3 moment. Like, to not save that for E3 when they absolutely could have saved that for E3 shows like how they view that conference, and that's exciting because it's a conference for their fans.
Yeah,
and quite frankly, the other two don't do anything like that, and I don't know why they don't.
I think next year I'm really going to try to make it out there.
Be pretty cool. It would definitely be a lot of fun. Yeah, that would be cool.
Maybe next year at PSX 2017, you'll see over a beer.
Yeah. I don't know what it takes to get into that, or if you just go.
Yeah, I mean, there's tickets. You just get tickets. I don't know about media stuff, but you can buy a ticket.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of PXX? What did you think of the announcements? Are you excited? Are you not? Let us know in the comments below, or you can tweet at us. I'm on Twitter at Rich Belson.
I'm at Stonks.
The channel's on Twitter at OABeer_official, and you can find us on Facebook at Facebook.com/overabeer, or on Instagram at over_a_beer. Of course, right here on YouTube at YouTube.com/overabeer, where this Friday, you might notice the table and Nick are very Star Wars out. So this Friday, you can check out our Rogue One review.
I'm Star Wars out, and he's the Rogue One.
I'm the Rogue, yeah. God,
Still
you're just knocking them out today. But that'll wrap things up for today. So until next time, drink up
and butter me up.